think one of the things I look forward the most coming to high school was something that my mom had always told me. The girls that you meet these years are going to be your best friends for the rest of your life.
Conwell-Egan is special to its community. It carries with it the history of everyone in that entire area.
I love the diversity and I'm involved in every activity.
I spend more time probably at Prendy than I do at my own home.
St. Rose is kind of like a jewel. Over the years, it's remained a constant in the community.
This is a place where they can come and be safe rather than worry about what's happening outside of the school.
They may be just buildings to some, but to others they represent home, security, mentors, friends, and family.
A total of 48 schools are either closing or merging.
But we can no longer avoid dealing with enrollment and financial realities that have been building in our schools for many years.
I remember the principal coming up on stage and announcing that the school was going to close. Immediately, everyone was shocked.
I wanted to cry. I wanted to run out of here.
It was just like it was a death in the family. There was no opportunity for us to change the decision.
I felt like it was so unfair that there was this place that I loved and they told me I could never go back.
The school that had been part of our family for so long wasn't going to be there anymore, and it wasn't going to be there for my younger sister to experience the way that we all got to.
I received a number of calls from people saying, "How could you let this happen, Jerry? Couldn't you have done something?" Everybody there understood the value of a quality Catholic education. At that time, we made the best decision that we could make.
When I went back to school on Monday, it was a different feeling because you knew ultimately that you would have to look at a new school, that this wasn't going to be your school next year. But for me, I couldn't even look at any other schools. I couldn't just grasp the fact that I wasn't going to be able to come to Prendy next year.
I didn't have another choice of Catholic school, so I would have had to go to public school, and that's not something that I wanted to do because I love Catholic school and I love what it stands for.
A key part to this community that was here for 70 years was gonna just disappear into thin air.
My reaction to the closure was that it was scary. And what are we going to do with all these students? And where are they going to go? And what is going to happen to them?
They really did not want to close these schools, but they were in a position that they couldn't afford to continue to keep them open.
When the idea of the Independence Mission came along, we were a little bit skeptical at first. Who's going to pay for the programs that we need in order to keep our school running?
There was a lay group out there of businessmen and women that were willing to try and participate in trying to keep these schools open. I mean, Bishop Fisher was very, very helpful and very proactive at it.
The inclusion of many other schools into this whole mission school model gave me an appreciation for the dedication of these businessmen who recognized the value of Catholic education. And I happen to know Brian McElwee personally because I served on the board at Immaculata with him, so it gave me a sense of confidence.
As the word gets out, you're going to find more Catholics, Catholic alumni, Catholics that are in the city, outside the city, that are going to be getting behind this effort. I fully believe that.
We pretty much thought we were on our own, like it was going to be St. Hubert's versus the world.
I didn't know that anyone was advocating for us at West. I just thought it was our West Catholic family, not anyone else.
Everyone wanted to throw pep rallies and do bake sales and do whatever we could to show support, but that wasn't exactly what was going to help.
You know, we can stand on the steps and we can tell how much we love our school, but at the same time, we're just middle-class families. We can only contribute so much, and they told us that these people were coming to make a plan.
The Archbishop said if someone at the schools would come to us and then to him with facts, he would listen. So Brian O'Neill decided, hey, we can do something about this. To know Brian is to love him. And you knew when Brian arrived because you can kind of see the papers flying. That's his energy. Brian understands the quality Catholic education, and he wanted to see and make sure that all kids that wanted that education would have it. I didn't know Ed Hanway, but he and I were on the Blue Ribbon Commission. This is a person who cares. And very quickly, I was able to assess he was respectful of everyone's opinion.
We thought the decision was already made, so why come to the auditorium?
One of my classmates led us in a prayer before the announcement was made, and I think that really brought us all together, and it really reminded us why we were there.
And then when the video went up and Archbishop came on, it was just dead silence.
I'll never forget that day. He started off by saying that he was there to make a different announcement than what he was the week prior.
Today, I want to announce that all 4 of these high schools will remain open.
Tonight at 11, an explosion of joy.
Communities fighting for weeks to prove that their schools should be saved. Now those communities are feeling relief.
And when he said that all 4 of the high schools were going to remain open, all of that pent-up energy, anxiety, and hope was just let out into the room.
Everyone just was overcome with joy.
It was wild.
I get chills just thinking about it. It was just perfect.
Anything that I was worried about, all of that just flittered away.
I was so happy that my sister would be able to continue the family tradition and that I'd be able to share my senior year with my parents at the school that they had their senior year.
The feeling here at West has changed. Everywhere we look, we see something new and different.
It stems from the fact that complete strangers came to us in our time of need. And that is what being a Christian is all about.
I don't think there really could be a big enough way to say thank you to them, but they really did bring us a miracle.
Thank you. Gracias. Merci. All the different ways that you know how to say thank you to people who are providing new life to schools, new hope to teachers, and certainly to the educational picture of Philadelphia.
I'm a product of Catholic education in the Archdiocese of Philadelphia. I was educated in Manayunk, and all of the schools are closed. To see that happening tugs at your heart. And if we can stop it from happening in another section of the city, then we need to do that.
We like to say it started out as a nightmare that turned into a dream come true.
It has reminded each of us of our individual responsibilities and what we can do. They will get the education that they so justly deserve.